Thank you, Ro Baby. Thank you for becoming a member for the third month, my sugar sugar. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let me see here. Shout out to Ro Baby. Shout out to Nateria. Baddie Keisha, loving me. I am Glenn. Nisi. Thank you, I am Glenn. I got 2-3 monthers in the building. Hey, shout out, shout out, shout out. Thank y'all so much. Hold on 1 second, family. Hold on 1 second. Thank you, I am Glenn for real. Hey, Janice Brown. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Mira. Mira, good to see you. Let me see. Okay. Hold on, famo. I'm coming, y'all. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Here I come, y'all. Here I come. I'm here, but at the same time, try to buy me a little piece of shade. Oops, hold up, y'all. All right, all right, all right. Sorry, y'all. I had to get my life together. I thought I was together, but I went. Anywho, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I decided to come out in this beautiful day and get a little air, so I'm just standing outside and gonna have this little live or whatnot. Ain't nothing major going on out here. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure I'm set up right. All right. Y'all ain't got to look at the black screen. Ain't nothing going on in front of us, but it's a little bit better than a black screen. Hey, folks. Anywho, let's get into our show. I decided to bring me some trusty, dusty notes or whatever, kind of so I can have my thoughts in order. If you are here and you're just joining me, shout out to everybody in the building. If I didn't call your name, it's simply because I was over here trying to get my life in order. And I was trying to get my selfie stick set up so I ain't have to hold the phone. Thank you so much. I am Glenn. Thank you. I love you. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to the beautiful I am Glenn. And let me make sure I ain't miss nobody. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you for becoming a member for the second month. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Let's get into this. After I relight my blunt. Now, indeed, I was listening to Kevin's live this morning. I was listening to his live, which was only befitting because Kevin has certainly been my topic of conversation, right? Uh, Shout out to everybody coming in. I love y'all. He has been my topic of conversation. Shout out if you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Love y'all. So I figured it was only befitting that, I tap in and see what he had on his mind or whatever, and how he feels about things that are being said and brought up, and whatever the case may be. So I'm going to speak on that, if you will, if y'all don't mind. I'm going to speak on that a little bit. Because in this particular live, because again, every live that I do ain't necessarily to call you peacock heads and to quite in fact make fun of you. Again, I want to talk about your psychological thoughts, okay? I want to talk about you in a psychological sense. I'm not going to be I also decided to do this live in a like, you know what I'm saying, in a nice peaceful situation, because I'm not on this live today to tear you down. I'm not on any live to tear you down, but I am on this live to learn you up. Okay. I'm on this live to learn you up. That's for sure. Welcome in. If you're just now joining me, shout out to you. Now, one thing that you talked about on your live that I did want to touch on is you spoke about class and regalness. You talked about how people over here lacked regalness and class. Okay. Hey, Miss Fee, shout out to Hill with Tree and all my friends and family down there in the up here in the chat. Shout out to y'all. You talked about regalness and class. I found this subject interesting. Hold on, y'all. I found this subject interesting. I found it interesting because as you spoke about regalness and as you spoke about class, as your wife was in your chat moderating for you, you started to, in the same breath, pass out rulers for your audience to measure your private area. You started talking about a penis measuring contest. You started talking about how certain people wanted to measure their things with you, have a pissing contest. And you said you don't know why they're trying to have a pissing contest with you because you said your private area alone surpasses the stream of their urine. Let me run that back. You said you you don't see the reason for anybody to want to get into a private area measuring contest with you because you said your thing is so large that it surpasses any of their streams alone. Okay. You repeated this a couple of times, laughing about it, kept repeating how large and endowed you were, how you didn't want to make nobody more jealous of you than they already were if you was to pull your you know what out. Okay? If you was to pull your you know what out, you said it would put all the people who wanted to have a pissing contest with you to shame. Now, I venture to guess that the majority of your audience are females. I venture to guess the majority of your audience. Something out here is giving me a allergic reaction. Hold on, y'all. I'm outside and touch something I don't know if the grass is pollen or something. Um, Thank you, Sonya. Thank you, Pooh Bear. Hold on, family. Thank you so much for the super, baby. Thank you. Oh, y'all make sure you get your memberships because I have been putting quite a few lives will be going on members after they're done, especially if I show stuff or whatever, or if my language is a little perturbed. So y'all make sure you get your memberships because last night's live is on members only, I believe. Now, the reason why this kind of like struck me as crazy that you would be having a conversation about regalness in class is because I said, what about a man talking about how enlarged and endowed he is in front of his audience of women, in front of his wife that sits down there moderating for him? What about that says regal? Shout out to UG Dub. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetheart. What about that says regal? Do you think that Jamie felt classy and regal that her husband was sitting in front of his constituency talking about how well endowed he is? Hmm? Do you think it's appropriate or classy for a man to be on the internet married so-called to two women, calling two women his wives, yet sit amongst his audience while calling other women gods. Now Kevin is worshiping. Now keep in mind, I don't got nothing against Lupac. I don't mind whatever somebody want to call anybody, okay? But I find it so weird how y'all word things. Now, I don't doubt that outside of this saga and whatever else, Lupac is probably a decent human. I'm sure. I don't know her to take that away from her, but to call another woman a god, also while your wife sits in the audience, it's just cringy. Okay. Now, this ain't no offense to the person you called a god. I'm taking offense for your wives. You see, it seems to me that you and your brother hold a high regard for people that stood in the paint against Brianna or breaking down Brianna's life, never let up. It seems to me, now again, I don't know Lupac at all. Okay. I'm not going to sit up here and call her out her. I have no reason to call her out her name or talk any shit about her. Lupac ain't never did a motherfucking thing to me. Shout out to her. Okay. But the only thing I venture to guess that you know about her is that she has stayed on, I guess, Brianna's neck the entire time that the saga has went on. You said you know a couple women that never let up, never got deterred, stayed course. I venture to guess that you have never really met Lupac. I think that, and again, Lupac, if you're out there, this ain't no digs to you because I'm sure people in the bushes will go run and say, hey, Break Room was over there talking shit about you. I'm absolutely not. I'm talking the truth about a man's regalness. Okay? This here ain't no dig towards you at all. Carry on. Okay? But it is a dig towards a man never meeting a woman a day in his life, probably never seen anything about her life other than she has stayed course on the ex-husband's ex-wife. Okay? Well, I think that makes her a dedicated content creator. But to sit in front of your wife and call another woman a god that you know absolutely nothing about, it shows us where your psychological mind is. Now, I can see you saying, you're fucking awesome. You are great. You're amazing. But to go so far as to call someone that you don't even know a god, it's weird. For you to not believe in God, yet you've been quoting scriptures all morning long. It's interesting to me. It's interesting to me how you can use God's word to your advantage while not even believing in the person the words is supposed to be coming from, huh? You don't believe in God, but you believe in God's word, that you quote scripture to point out your views and to give your viewpoints. I heard you quote several scriptures today, and I said, wow, he sure does quote the word a lot to not believe in God. In fact, he equates content creators who stays the course of talking about RH's ex, which is perfectly fine. I ain't got nothing to do with what nobody's content is, what they want to cover. One thing I can't move fly. One thing I can say, I hadn't really heard this lady dragging her for filth and calling her bitches and all of that shit. That is a pass I will give her. She has been able to stay the course without getting nasty in the mouth, unless I miss something. A focused content creator, yes. Perhaps even a decent chef, sure. But what does Kevin know about that content creator that will make him refer to that content creator as a god? Because the one thing that he was talking about was how she content creates, right? So he's equating people's diligency, people being diligent to stay on a particular subject on YouTube, as being equal to God, whose word he is over there quoting, no less. Huh? Let me go back to my notes. After all, we're talking about class. We're talking about being regal, aren't we? Kevin says, see, y'all see how calm I am, and that they're over there loud and boisterous. They're over there angry, is what he says. Are we? Are we angry? Or are we just tired of the bullshit? Are we disappointed? Because, like even he said, is it my fault y'all thought so highly of me? Basically, your words was, we found out nobody thought you was a god. Did I find you intelligent? Sure. Did I think you was a pretty stand-up guy? Yes. You say, is it our fault that the things that we thought you were, we find that you are not? No, it isn't. It doesn't make us dumb or idiots at all for going off a man's word. Because after all, your word is your born. Without your word standing on business, you ain't shit. Would I say it's my fault that you were able to keep up this facade and that people like myself, Nashley D, Callie, and others had to go through some shit with you to see that you're not a leader at all? See, some of us was following your content. I was a follower of your content. Is it our fault that the truth started seeping through the cracks? Is it our fault that we thought we were standing on somebody who would stand for his people? Whether I'm right, wrong, or indifferent. One thing, let me tell you something. Even in gangs, right? I used to know somebody in a gang. Okay. Story time, real quick. Story time. I used to know somebody in a gang, right? And every time I turned around, a person was talking about what they big homie needed them to do. Okay. My big homie need me to do this. My OG need me to do that. My triple OG needs me to do this, and my triple OG need me to do that. I said, love you, Ash. I said, what does your OG do? What does your OG do? Because one thing about it, I never respected people who are sent to do something that the sender ain't got the balls to do. Don't send me out here to put in some work that you scared to put in, huh? Come on now, I'm talking to somebody out there. Story time. I said, why if you are the one putting the muscle behind whatever has to be done, why is someone else the boss of you? Huh? The key word there was boss. Boss is like to whisper in your ear and tell you what they need you to get done. When a boss talks, they say, I need this and I need that. I need this work done. I need you to stand with me. I need you to stand up for me. I need you to make sure this gets done. And the boss job is to pay you to do it. The boss pays you to do shit that the boss feels too superior to do. They no longer on the level where they have to take orders. They're now on a level where they're just here to give orders. But oftentimes, people underneath a boss fuck up. And when they do, they fuck up pretty bad. In some cases, it could cost you your life to fuck up. But you know how people fuck up? Because they had bosses around them instead of leaders. See, me, I ain't the boss of shit, but I'm a leader of many things. One thing about me, I've always stood on business, whether it was my own or for somebody that I love. Nobody has to ask me to because I'm a leader. I don't get permission from nobody to do shit because I'm a leader. I don't ask if this is a good look or do you think I should do this or do that because I am a leader. I lead by example. Before I tell you what you should do, and before I encourage you to do something, you are going to have seen me already do it. Before I tell you to go out there and win your battles, you're going to have already seen me win some wars. You're going to see me show you how to stand up for yourself no matter who got a problem with it, no matter what you going to lose, who you going to lose. You've watched me do it. Leadership. Leaders motivate. They don't hate, they motivate. Bosses hate. Bosses don't want to see other people become bosses. Leaders want to see other people become leaders. Leaders lead with love. Bosses lead with, bosses just give order. They don't lead at all. They don't stand on the front lines with you. Ain't that right, Kev? They not on the front lines. They not in a fight with you. They not in the battlefield with you. They tucked away real nice, giving orders off a walkie-talkie. They sending you out for the strike. They sending you out to be penetrated by hate, hateful words, hateful actions. And they don't give a fuck about the blows that you're going to take. They don't give a fuck about what it's going to take for you to recover from them blows. They don't give a fuck about your process. They don't care about you saving yourself. They only care about how far will you go to save them. See, I find leaders to be regal and to be classy. I find leaders to be strong. You can't be double-minded and double-tongued. You can't say these people aren't regal and aren't classy and then have a whole conversation about your private area with your wife in the audience in front of a bunch of women. Can y'all hit that like button for me? It shouldn't take nothing but a second. I listened and 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 I'm listening. And I'm like, wow, he's literally out here praising people for staying on the, people are now labeled gods for standing on the X's neck. And if that's what he feels, hey, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. Okay? Maybe we judge things differently. Who knows? A part of the reason why I was talking about bosses and leadership is because this man also said that people ran over here to hide behind a mirror. He said people came over here to hide under Amora so they could do the things behind her that they couldn't do by themselves. Now, last time that I checked, I love me some Twin. Shout out to Twin. Last time that I checked, I don't recall anybody running to Amora for cover. I don't recall anybody asking Amora to get in the paint with them, to get in the mud with them, to fight their battles. Miss Amora, if you somewhere around, I know you're not in this live right now, but I'd like for you to let us know, do you feel that's the case? Now, I know you don't, but we asking this for the peacocks and the cheap seats. He says that we take pleasure out of saying we ran through people, we roasted people, we did, you know what I'm saying? We beat people down in these YouTube streets. And and most of us over here that left your sorry ass brother's side, no cap. If they're anything like me, they left because supporting your brother for us made us weaker. You understand? It made us mentally weaker, you know? Nothing about supporting your brother gave us strength. You are very right when you said that this shit ain't about Brianna or LaTruth anymore. You said, so what's everybody's purpose? You said it was the drama. You said now everybody just going live to cuss people out. But I ask you this, what makes you any different than the ones you judging? You think because you came on here calm today that you ain't lost your shit on this internet? Do you not remember you on Miss Amore Live? Do you not remember your voice the day that you called her a bitch and told her to die? Come on now. Come on now. Surely you remember that. Come on, I am Glenn. And I am Glenn. A support system that I didn't ask for, but that God blessed me with. That God blessed me with. And that's a fact. God rebuilt this channel so I could come back even bigger and better and stronger in the truth. So I can bring awareness to sucker about sucker motherfuckers. You heard me? It could have went different. I believe in my higher power. Whether I come on here and I do some straightening or not. Period. That's why I thank y'all and tell you that this is your home. I tell you that you are bricks in this foundation because I am too humble to think that I rebuilt anything alone. I ain't built the first one alone, but I built it on weak ground. They don't like that. They don't like that. What's crazy to me is that He makes excuses for why people feel the way they do concerning his brother. But he makes it okay for everybody to feel how they feel about us and Miss Amora. Everyone over here is wrong for standing in the paint behind Brianna. Yet at the same time, he tells everyone that nobody was in that house. That's what he says. Come on, Truth. Come on, Raya. It's a double-tongued man. He's a double-tongued man, y'all. He says it's okay to fight for his brother, though none of y'all R8 supporters was in that house. But it is not okay to stand with the white. Come on now. Come on now, Miss Fee. Come on now, Miss Fee. You know what's sad, Miss Fee? Is that all we went through was at the hands of people he admires. He can't stand Amora, but he's in love with people who have done much, much worse. He finds people over here to be classless and lack the ability to be regal. Yet he stands with those who have done and said much, much worse. You say we get on here to make you our clouder. We on here to do whatever and to focus on you whether you failing or not. You said nobody watches y'all. But y'all even watch me even if you think I'm failing. That's what you said. You said nobody pulls up for us unless it's drama. But I have you know this, buddy. I have sat over here and simply motivated with over 100 people in this chat. I have sat over here with my new and improved channel, and I can talk about God and have more than 20 people show up, 10 of which were my mods. Remember? Remember those words? Ain't nobody over there listening but a mods. But now I can talk about God and still have this same amount up here. You, on the other hand, with a person that had 300,000 people on YouTube, can't even get that many when you're over there breaking down whatever shit you be over there breaking down that ain't about this saga. You can't even do what some of us do, and you are sitting on over 250,000 followers. Pretty much every content creator in your audience, on your brother's side, brings in a bigger audience than you or your brother on a daily basis. Meanwhile, to pull 1,000 people in your live, you had to go over there and drag your sister, denounce your sister. How are you any motherfucking different? Huh? Huh? Do you pull in 1,000 people when you over there talking about whatever the hell you be over there talking about? Huh? Do you? No, you don't. Where are those content creators when you over there breaking down bad relationships and shit? Where them content creators at? Hmm? Cause I sure don't see him in your chat when I was there, when it was 39 and 38 and 27 people in your live. When I was there, oh, I didn't see your God in the chat. Nah, I didn't. You talk about so many things over there, your audience is absent. But because your audience knows that your current topics is all of us, they're tuned in. Yet and all, you feel you're any different from those that are covering your story. You sit over there and you say, the only content that we have is breaking down someone else's life because we don't have one. But what the hell are you over there doing when you're breaking down what some woman done said to her boyfriend that's fucked up? What you over there doing when you over there discussing how some man is with a narcissistic woman or some shit? Aren't you over there breaking down other people's lives as content? Huh? Ain't that what you do over there? Haven't you talked about people and their bad behaviors over there? Am I tripping? Am I tripping or not? What makes you so different than any one of us? You up live today discussing what content creators have said about you. Yet you're saying you over there living your life and that's why we're doing content on you. But aren't you doing the same thing if you're up talking about us, talking about you? Ain't that still you up talking about us? I mean, come on. You wanted to have a peaceful conversation. Well, I ain't up here dragging your wives today. I ain't up here dragging you. I want to know, do you realize the words that come out your mouth? Come on, Miss B. You the pot calling the kettle black. You saying, I can make other people's lives my content, but y'all can't. Make money off my family's pain and bullshit, but y'all can't. It's wrong if everybody else does it. But long as you doing it with a funny looking hat on, I guess it passes. Long as you wrap that shit up in some intellectual words, I guess it makes you different than us, huh? You say people that try to build themselves up by tearing others down. You said a man that tells you or tries to tear you down is only letting you know that your private area is bigger than theirs. You said all they trying to tell you is that you got a big, you know what? Now, Kevin, you're a life coach. Is a person pointing out your flaws really equal to telling you you have a big, you know what? These are your words. You said if a man tears you down, he really just telling you you got a big thing. Well, remember what you said about Callie's Beyonce? Remember what you said about Callie's pockets? Remember what you said about his home? Remember what you said about his relationships with his children? So exactly how many times were you trying to tell Callie he got a big one? Hmm? Shout out to everybody in the building. If you decide you want to help me get to my goal, if you're enjoying this live, enjoying the truth, feel free to bless it if you would like. In the name of the Most High, you know, the one that the two brothers don't take too kindly to. Anywho, back to what I was saying. Shout out to Cousin. Shout out to C. Baldwin, Miss Angela, Mama 3, Ashley, Miss B, keeping it real, Daisy, Cheryl, everybody that came up in here. Shout out to you, Lashina, everybody love and light. Shout out. Lynn, thank you so much for renewing that membership. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much. Y'all some rock stars. We want to know, hey cousins, hey cousin Mina, we want to know how many times were you trying to tell Callie that he was well endowed? Hold on. My bad, y'all. I was out here talking to my mama and my sister. I mean, my mama and my sister. Lord have mercy. My mama and my husband. My sister just left. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Hey, baby. Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. And thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you. I really appreciate you, Queens. I really do. Thank you so much, loves. Hold on. Let me get back to my notes. Hold on, famo. Pull these notes back at. See what we got. Ooh, interesting. 10-4. Roger that. Roger that. Let's see. Oh, that's why I left off at tearing a person down, meaning you're really just complimenting their thing. Now, is this really uh hey, if anybody in the chat, text brother Callie and let him know I'm live. I ain't got my other phone in here. Just tell him I meant to tell him I was live in case he wanted to peek in. Um Hold on, y'all. Everything out, my water and everything on the ground, so I'm having to bend down to get my shit, get my lighter, get my water. I ain't bringing no chair right here, but I ain't need one. Let me drink a little water, y'all. Shout out to everybody. Let me see who in here. Hey, Carissa. Hey, everybody. I'm coming. All right. Let me see. Hey, Tasha. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. So, also, he said, everyone who believes in God is dumb. He said, everybody who believes in God is dumb. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Okay, thank you, Pooh. Roger that. Roger that. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me see this video. Okay, but the part where he said how folks fighting other people. Hold up, let me read that again. Miss Fee, oh, okay, but the part where he said how folks be beefing and fighting other people beef that originally had no beef with who they beefing with. I agree, people be fighting others just for agreeing. And I agree with that, bro. And I heard him say something similar to that as well, bro. Like, he said, people are stabbing you in the back, and then he said something about people stab you in the back and act like you did something to them or something like that. That's another thing I don't like about him. Is one thing about RH people is they always use the words accountability this and accountability that, right? But how is it that you just feel that everybody has turned away from you that used to actually really rock with you? We're not even talking about the little wannabe fans and supporters. We talking about those that was literally like, literally a friend to you. How is it that you don't ever see your wrongdoings? How is it that you feel everybody really on your ass because you just exist? Then you act like everybody really been out here talking shit about you when actually everybody has stopped talking about Kevin. He wasn't even really on the internet. Nobody was thinking about that dude. Honestly, his sister was the only one who came out with a live directed to her brothers. Now everybody is, you know, taken from that and doing commentary on it and all of that, even his people. He don't mind whoever came against Toya and said how fucked up her life was. But he don't see where his was fucked up too. He don't see his parts in nothing. It's oh, Kevin is so perfect. And everybody just so jealous of Kevin. Everybody just so blinded by his beauty. Like that's weird. It's actually kind of weird that you a whole man and all you talk about is how beautiful you are. I could only imagine being with a man who calls himself beautiful more than he calls me beautiful. Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful. Every live, he's talking about how beautiful, like the peacock he is. Yet he says, well, the peacock doesn't even know it's beautiful. Yet its beauty is envied. Well, damn it, you damn sure must not be the peacock because you damn sure let the world know that you think you're beautiful. Thank you, Nail Nail. Thank you, baby. Shout out. Thank you so much, Love Bug. You keep talking about how beautiful you are. So what animal, spirit animal is that? You are vain. You talk about how beautiful your feet are. Your feet is. What man talks about how pretty their feet is on this here internet? Huh? Huh? What man does that? What man gets up here and talk about how damn beautiful their feet is? How beautiful they are? Come on now. Even women would not use the word beautiful to describe a handsome brother. Most women and men refer to men, excuse me. Most women refer to men as fine, sexy, handsome. You might even say, "Ooh, he gorgeous." That's about as that's about as sweet as that goes. No woman is out here calling you a beautiful man, but that's what you want to be, a beautiful man. That's weird to me. The way you describe yourself, it reminds me so much of Satan, the devil, before he was cast down from heaven. Satan wanted to be God. Satan loved music and his beauty. That's why they say Satan often manipulates through song. which is funny that both brothers are into music. It's funny that neither brother believes in God. That's funny that one brother has "I am a God" tattooed on his body, while another one is calling a content creator they don't even know but stands in the paint for his brother a God. And before you go there, nobody minds however you think of whoever you think about. Nobody's deterring you, but I'm analyzing it. Both brothers are vain. One used to walk with God just like Satan, and then became so jealous of God's power, so jealous of God's name, being able to ring bells around here, even if they had to cause selfish havoc. I just want you to say my name like you say God's name. Huh? One of the brothers said, I want you to respect me like you respect Jesus, the Jesus that he don't believe in. You called Jesus a nigga the other day. Y'all pray to a nigga in the sky. Y'all pray to Jesus, a nigga in the sky. That's what you said. Yet you told people watching you to respect you like Jesus. Huh? Huh? Your brother denounced God so he could be a God of the world. Mm? Want to be worshiped and obeyed. That's why you got multiple wives. Huh? Is that why we going to Colombia to find some more obedient women? Hmm? Submissive to your bullshit? Huh? Is that why two of your content creators over there also disrespected God when one said F you and your Bible? The other said F God. Now, I've never heard such words from a Brianna supporter. I could be tripping. Oftentimes I'm not. I never heard no one over here say F you and your Bible. Oh, y'all, psychological, y'all psychological mind is so intact. Y'all so mentally healthy. You so mentally healthy that what I mean, what did Kevin say? They're classy and regal over there. I guess classy and regal doesn't get so angry that they would curse God's name. I don't think classy and regal would say F the word, even if they was a non-believer. Huh? Thank you, Nail Nail. I love you, baby. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. Even as a non-believer, I ain't even heard no atheists say that. Why is it that y'all think y'all are gods, but you cannot lead your people? And only the blind, deaf, and dumb follows you. Those that are blinded by what you want them to see. You want people distracted by your clothes, by your words, by your beauty. Beware of false prophets. You denounce God just like Satan because of being vain, because you were once insecure as hell, jealous of God. You was jealous that God can be heard even when he's not seen by his people. You're jealous that people feel God's miracles. You're not a miracle worker. You couldn't even stop yourself from being a nomad. That's what you said. How could someone so smart and intelligent, beautiful as you, become a nomad? A man with 2 wives and no home. How could that happen to a God? Huh? How could you ever need money from God's people? Why would you ever need to go to God's people for tube food? Why would your brother need to go to God's people for his lawyer fees? Oh, let's talk about when God's people comes in handy. When your beauty ain't doing it for you. Hmm? Why would you need God's people for anything? And if you're over there and you are God's people, this is why we call folks over there cowards. Because if supporting you means I gotta denounce my higher being, if supporting you means I have to sit in your chat and listen to you call me a dummy because I don't find a need to worship you, even though I'm watching you. Hmm? Why would that need to be? I venture to guess ain't no dummies over there, right? Everybody's over there is intelligent and regal and classy. That's what he said. Regal, intelligent, and classy. Some words that he used. They're gods over there. Why are gods so broke in the spirit, broke in the pockets, and broke in the mind then, huh? Why do the regal and the classy and the intelligent not like the truth? Huh? I find your people to be weak because I know you have people over there that goes to church on Sundays with that Bible that chats over there said F. Ashley Chat said F you and your Bible. I know y'all got some people in the audience that go to church, that sing the hymnals, but still around worshiping content creators that cursed his name. like one of the sisters over there. You have people in your audience that have claimed to be carried by God all their life. And now they want to please you. So now they have to sit in your audience and pretend they don't even know them until you log off. Weak. Weak. You weak because you can't make your points all by yourself. You have to refer to the word of God that you denounce. Who are you trying to reach using scripture? Huh? Huh? Sounds like a trick of the devil to me. Sounds like you using God's power to get power. Come on now. Talk to me, baby. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nell Nell. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I'm just trying to figure this thing out. Miss Fee, how you over there using the word to make a point that is the word of the very God he doesn't believe in? Well, how do you use the word to convince your audience? Huh, Miss Fee? How does he use the word of God to convince his audience, yet he's a non-believer? Hey, brother Callie, good to see you. Good to see you, bro. Shout out to the chief in the building. He's double-minded, double-tongued. He says, y'all over there worshiping Amora. Hey, Neo, baby. Welcome in, sweetheart. Welcome in, sis. He said, y'all ran over there to worship Amora. But is he mad because he knows nobody's worshiping anybody over here except God, except the beautiful universe that God created? Nobody's worshiping content creators. But maybe the problem is that you want to be worshiped. The problem is you want to talk about God's word and use it to your convenience because your word don't do it alone. That's strange to me. That's like quoting me when you don't even like me. Why would you quote me when you don't believe in me? How could you believe in my word, but you don't believe in me? How does my word exist to you when I don't exist to you? How, Sway? How? How? How does God's word even exist in you still if it's not there to use at your convenience? See, I'm not here to tell nobody what you worship or don't worship is wrong or right. What I am telling you is that you are a hypocrite if you denounce and strip away your faith in the very thing that you're quoting to win over your audience ears. The devil will tell you, don't listen to God's word until the devil needs to use it with you. Callie, I don't know if you was here earlier, but he said that when you tear him down, Callie, you are only trying to tell him that he has a big, well-endowed lituation. So I asked Him, Callie. What does it mean when he's tearing you down? Hmm? I mean, after all, what's good for the goose has got to be good for the gander, right? I mean, who took who to a ritual? Who who gave who mushrooms? Who was offering who fruit? I'm confused. I'm confused. See, this app and shit has made a lot of people get the big head. See, I'm so sick of these damn filters and shit, I don't know what to do. Because let me tell you something, bro. Again, I'm not here to tear you down. But in the light of the day, okay? In the light of the day, as you sit on whatever porch you on, you must be in Forest City, because I know them ain't your shutters. They look like some type of Forest City vinyl siding or something. I don't know. However, that ain't my business. But according to your atmosphere, I don't think you're in Kansas City anymore. Shout out Miss DD, Antonio, and everybody that came in. I love y'all. As you sat there on live today, underneath the sunlight, as you sat there in some regular clothes, in a regular hat, in regular lighting, with a regular background, what it showed was a regular motherfucker. See, without all that fancy lighting and bullshit and these blushed out filters and shit, when you got to get out here in God's light in the real world, you start to see the age on people. You start to see the weight loss on people. You start to see that they're not so shiny at all if you ever felt they were shiny. You start to see that a glow that words blinded you into seeing is dull. Why is it dull? Why does it look ashen and graven? Why? Why? Why in God's light are you revealed? You know, you said you compared yourself to the sun and all. I didn't need shades to see you today. Never have. But what I did see is the real you. I seen that before my eyes was a man with just as much troubles as God's people and God's haters. I seen a man who facing trials and tribulations the same as everybody else. I see the eyes of a man in an imperfect situation. I see a man that life is trying to humble, but just refuse to let it be. I see a man who came on here gloating about a mansion that is no longer his, and we come to find never was. I seen a man that has to dress a little bit different when you forced to get your hands dirty and moving shit and figuring out where the dog is going, where everybody's sleeping at, and who house we going to, and what we gonna do with all that shit in the meantime, and how long before we fix this situation, and is the grandbaby gonna have questions? Why are we here? What's going on? I seen a man who must have realized he was losing his home and decided, I'm going RUNNOFT, run off. I'm a run off. I'm going to take my family, and I'm going to make the world feel like I'm making a decision based off being able to just be a mover and a shaker. But see, a mover and a shaker ain't never got a pit stop on nobody else's couch and nobody else's house. Somebody that got money and a plan ain't never got to inconvenience nobody. They never got to pile up nowhere. Even if they got to get a dope ass Airbnb somewhere, you don't go from $4,000 rents to inconveniencing nobody, family or not. See, what I saw was a man who ain't got his shit together. What I saw was a man that probably thought he could talk his way through whatever his landlord got going on. I seen a man who lied, wanted people to think, oh, the house is being sold, but the house is up for rent right now. How is a house you've been living in is up for rent right now? Huh? No, I don't see all that shiny shit. I don't see all that glitz and glamour. I don't see all that damn regalness. I don't see no motherfucking class, nigga. I don't see nothing well endowed. I ain't looking for it, but baby, in your attitude, I don't see it. I see somebody that's trying to laugh their way out of being humbled in life. I see somebody giggling up there as a high-ass defense mechanism. I see somebody pretending that shit don't hurt, but it's in your eyes. Come on. I don't see the beauty of your feathers today. Your feathers are looking shabby. They're looking worn. They looking torn. They looking like you can't even think about flying, let alone actually doing it. You gotta wholesale your motherfucking dog because you was a man without a plan. If you was already prepared for this move, everything would not have to go at the same damn time. You need some lump sums to get this plan off that you've come up with out of the blue because you are a man without a motherfucking plan. Your soul hurts because you got to sit in it and pretend it's not happening. Your soul hurts because you got to remind yourself you a peacock and call others peasants. Just like you use the same sentence to say, if you tear me down, you must really want to build me up. Ain't that what you said? But you called others peasants. Well, maybe we the motherfucking peacocks after all. I mean the beauty of the bird, not the fruity of the bird. Keep up with me, folks. I said the beauty of the bird and not the fruity of the bird. See, I'm not here to tear you down. As a matter of fact, if you was as life coaching as you thought that you was, if you was as regal as you thought you was, if you happen to have been as classy as you thought you was, hey, motherfucker, you would have been kept up with me a long time ago and know that I come with the truth, baby, not the tear down. Baby, I ain't here to tear you down. If you knew what you thought you knew, you would know this is me lifting your motherfucking ass up. All right? I'm here to lift your ass up because you know what's going to tear your ass down. It's people smiling in your face telling you so fucking beautiful when you sitting over there dulled the fuck out, when you over there calling people peasants, but you are in the camera looking. Come on now. Come on now, brother. Come on now, brother. You know what it is. You looking like, how did I end up with two wives and no home to put them in, no castle to put them in? Then how can I pretend I got this shit all figured out when I know I'm going to need the people's help to get this shit figured out? So you can't pretend to be a king with it all figured out when you going to need to go get the help of the peasants now, ain't you? Come on now. Don't play with me. Stay with me. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. Huh? Come on now. You ain't sitting on no balcony today. Huh? Huh? Why you looking so ashen? Why when you get outside, I can't see your glow? Huh? Why the sun won't let you shine, my nigga? Why the sun won't let you shine? Huh? Huh? Come on now. Life is aging the whole household. You got women over there needing something from God, yet they represent his arch nemesis. They come on here with devil horn hats. They come on here talking they stuff about the Bible. They come on here saying F God and everybody that believe in him. Yesterday, he called everybody dummies who believed in God, and every dummy that believed in God stood right there. Come on now. Y'all wasn't standing on God's business. Y'all was standing on care's business. Now, I don't care what you believe in, okay? You're not forced to believe in anything over here, not even yourself, if that's what you prefer. But ain't no way I'm going to sit in your audience and you going to shame my higher power. It's one thing that you ain't got to believe what I believe. You ain't got to believe what anybody believes. But you ain't got to call people dumb. And you want to know why? Because you ain't doing no better. You not showing that you looking at yourself as a God is doing you no good. You not showing us that, oh, you know, if I could, if I stop work, praising God and I praise myself and worship myself, I can live like Kevin. Nobody wants to live like you. If you're a representation of what not believing in God looks like, I'm good. And I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. Y'all over there aging. Y'all over there don't know if you going left or right because you are a man that doesn't know how to lead his tribe. You're over there inviting people to the dangers of the unknown based off your intellectual discussions. You over there telling people, come along on this journey I know nothing about. Bring your money, your families, and your damn dog. Well, newsflash, people, he ain't even bringing his motherfucking dog. Ah, he ain't even bringing his motherfucking dog. Telling you to pack up your shit, your family. Come down here to the jungle with me and my wives in an unknown place where I'm already doing some shit that ain't favored upon down here. I'm already down in this bitch Fruity Pebble going down here with the cartel in them, about to try to get a couple of they chicks to be my third and fourth and fifth wives. And, we all might end up getting MIA down this motherfucker. But pack your shit up on some Jones shit. What's that nigga name? Jim Jones and them. Pack your shit up. Let's go. We'll worry about the dangers when we get there. We'll worry about being a gringo in a foreign place a little later. Pack your shit up. We got shit to do, y'all. Don't forget to bring your money. We gonna go down here and build us a motherfucking community on some foreign land we don't know shit about, all right? We gonna go over here with our poly lifestyle and our cheering. We gonna go over here with our American money and our regal royal clothes. We gonna go over here looking like loan money. Now, no, I ain't got this shit all figured out. I'm still Googling shit. I'm still YouTubing shit, all right? I'ma Google some more shit on the plane, y'all. Just go. Before the plane land, I'ma find out where the hell we gonna land at. Ah, shit. Kevin Jones said, we gonna call that nigga Kevin Jones or Nature Jones. We gonna mix him with Jim Jones and Nature Boy. Listen, Nature Jones said that this shit gonna cost about. Now listen, this Nature Jones right here. Nature Boy Wesley said, now look here. I done got kicked out my shit. The landlord over here in America want they motherfucking land back. Now, I know. Fuck this land. I feel you. See, and that right there, because I couldn't pay my bills. I don't care if y'all over there being responsible in America or not, all right? I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of landlords putting me out of mansions and shit. First it was Dwight Howard. Now it's this motherfucker. I'm sick of this shit. Now, I've been doing some Googling. Y'all know I like to look like a beautiful rich bitch. So I'm gonna bring my couple of dollars. Y'all bring y'all a couple of dollars. Now, I'm bringing about 10 grand. But for each individual family, you're gonna need to bring about 50,000 to the party. If you wanna come and be in communion with us, you're gonna have to bring about 50,000 with you. Now, what I'm promising everybody is everybody gonna get their own motherfucking hut. You gonna get your own motherfucking outhouse. We gonna grow our own shit and we gonna be our own people. If we get enough motherfuckers in the initial group, we can make some extra huts for other people. We'll get them over here after we get there and show them what our huts is looking like. We want them to lead a suburban middle-class homes and come down here and shit in a hole and shit. Now, when we get down there, we ain't gonna be able to afford good plumbing now. Y'all know how y'all do. Y'all say y'all coming down there with 50 bands, then come down here talking about you only could pull 1475 out the damn bank and shit. So we got the plan ahead. Now, if y'all come down there and you slow rolling, now, whatever you bring is going to depend on the materials of your motherfucking hut. That's it. That's all. Now, my family, we packing that shit up soon as we get rid of the motherfucking dog. All right? I tried to tell Dwight to take this little motherfucker back because I got to go. But he said, finders keepers, losers weepers. You kept the damn dog, so keep the damn dog. We landed in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna make a pit stop to Forest City. Sit me and the family down for a little while I mope and cry on this here internet to get up a couple of more dollars. Hopefully one of my siblings will start some shit, cause we on all week. You heard me? Straight like that. It's on the set. Don't forget your checks. Make sure your checks clear before you leave this here Americas. Make sure all the checks is checking, all right? Matter of fact, we don't even want to accept no motherfucking checks. Bring cash. We got a cash on demand community. I'm building a COD community out this motherfucker. Ain't gonna be no money orders. I don't know what type of shit Colombia got going on. Hell nah, I don't know if they take money orders. Bring cash, motherfucker. We gonna go down to the embassy and change that shit out before we get to the hut that we gonna rent out. The fuck? Lampo 1475. Motherfuckers gonna land with nothing but they motherfucking damn book bags, patting their pockets like, my auntie gonna go to the bank for me on Monday. And look, all the broke people packing their shit right now. All the lonely broke people is packing their shit right now. They packing their shit right now. Everybody that done got evicted packing their shit right now. They said, shit, I'm homeless with Trump. I might as well go be homeless with Kevin. At least I have me a motherfucking family. The fuck? Lord have mercy. Thank you, A Different Perspective. Thank you so much, baby. Medellin, Colombia. One of the #1 hotspot for passport bros. 8 people from America was unalive there within 3 months. But thinking they about to go to Colombia and sneak and geek and play off them Colombians' tops. Don't y'all know them Colombians got motherfucking damn YouTube too? Don't y'all know them Colombians seeing all y'all passport bros pack y'all shit up, bring your little 401ks and your little bank accounts over there, wanting to look like a rich nigga. I'm done. From homes to huts, I'm done. Y'all gotta be smarter than that. That man will be so desperate. He will talk y'all out of y'all life, just like Jimmy. Nature, nature boy Jim Wesley will talk you right out your motherfucking life if some of y'all don't wake up. And I'm not being funny. I'm saying that's the desperate man calling for desperate measures. And I'm not even trying to break him down. I ain't talking no shit about him. I want him to save his wives and his children's lives. He trying to find somewhere cheap and dangerous to take his family. He want to take his grandbaby and his daughter and his wives to a foreign land he ain't never even been to. You better stop with that beautiful shit. That beautiful shit ain't got no type of intimidation about it. That's why my nigga like looking rugged and shit. Unless we going out, and he want to get himself a nice fresh bald and he ain't gonna grow no fro now. But sometimes he might have a 5 o'clock shadow come around them sides or whatever. But baby, he don't give a fuck about this here internet. I had to tell him on a live one day. I said, babe, you been outside he was outside doing something and it was raining and shit. He was outside doing something in the yard and it started raining on him and his shirt was like wet and just dingy and shit. And he gonna jump on my live when we was in club. I said, baby, your shirt is wet. You been outside working in the yard. Get out my live saying hey to my people with that shirt on. He said, I don't give a damn. People need to see this what hard work look like. I've been around my house working hard. The fuck? I'm a man. It's a time and a place to be, you know, to clean up well and all of that. But if I'm working around my home, checking tire pressures and changing oil and doing things that a man does, cutting hair as he is a licensed barber, he take pride out of coming home after doing some hard work, coming in the house after doing some yard work. He takes pride in having to come in and take a shower, to wash off a long day. And I thought that was some real G shit. Now, he ain't gonna be on my shit all whatever. I ain't got no dirty ass man now. My man be manning, baby. But in that one live, when he came in from the rain, and I'm like, baby, take that wet ass shirt off. He like, I will when I go upstairs. But he was just walking in and saying hello to everybody. And I'm like, what is you saying hello for? You all wet and stuff. He take pride in being exactly who he is, whether that's looking like hard work or cleaning up well. He's a man. Last last live you was speaking on the danger. Why go over there? Right, Miss Dee. Exactly, Shanita. All of that. He on some nature boy, ruthless Jim Jones shit. Period. Hold on, y'all. I gotta reach down and grab my blood. By the way, family, I am one donation from my goal. If anybody want to help me lock it down, I'm simply one donation from my goal. No pressure, no pressure though. Right. Now, if we sitting around the house chilling, I might be in some PJs. He might be in some, get out the shower in the morning, put on his little basketball shorts and wife beater and throw his socks on and his slides and be downstairs cooling. You know what I'm saying? But when we step out, baby. Hey, Papa, I love you. I was just on live talking about what a man you are. He was a very Thank y'all so much. Oh my goodness. Thank y'all. Y'all took me over the board. Thank you so much, my beauties. Thank you, Miss Veronica. Thank you, 12K. Thank you, Nail Nail. Thank y'all so much, for real. Shout out to the whole family for the blessings. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. But yeah, so yeah, Miss Dee, I had to grab the giggly bush. Thank y'all so much for real for being a blessing. No cap. Thank you so much. But yeah, y'all. So, my thing is, listen, you're going to have to get your shit right because you out here talking that big boy shit. But I know a man that ain't got a plan. You a man that ain't got a plan. That's it. That's all. I wish the fuck my husband would move me to another country without us never having went there, without us not going to at least take a couple of weeks vacation, solidify what our moves are. check the areas. I ain't moving no damn where off of what the fuck somebody on YouTube's say. Off of somebody else's story of, yeah, man, it's dope up here. You know, you can party and live and all kind of shit off just like $1,500 a month, man. You come up here with like 10 stacks, you're rich, you know? Come on up here. You don't, that person ain't go up there with the same story as you. That person may have not went up there as a content creator with a large following. They might not have went up there with all the family drama that you have. They might haven't went up there with multiple wives, with fruity allegations, all sorts of shit. You're not just somebody that's going up there to blend in. You going up there and you're gonna be a fucking sore thumb. You're gonna stick out like a sore thumb. You and all that fancy, bright colored clothing and scarves and shit. You're gonna stick out and have a target on your back. That'll never happen. Me and my husband had decided that we are going to get our forever home in another state, right? In another state. When we came up with this conclusion, we had traveled there many, many times without each other before marriage, all throughout our life. And then we traveled there many times together. And we said, you know what? This is where we want to settle down at. Even though where I am, I love, but this is not our forever home at all. We only plan to be here about 2 to 3 years. And and we out, you know? We are already looking for the land that we want to purchase to build on. We are not building here. Y'all see the sheep? Y'all can't see them. I don't know how to zoom in on this stream, y'all. I thought I did once, but I don't know how. But no, we are not. Oh, we are building, not here though. We're not building here. It will be. We might make this our second home, but we kind of want to lay our roots somewhere else that we've chosen. But this will always be. It will always really be my first home, really, by heart, you know. But yeah, we're only gonna be on this property for maybe like another year, no more than 2. No more than 2. And it will probably one of my family members will probably be in my place because I don't want just anybody living close to my mother, you know what I'm saying? So, ooh. Anywho. Hey Monique. Let me see. But yes, Miss Dee, I am building again. I am building again. I'm gonna miss it here, but I'll still be around here because you know my mother my mother around here, you know what I'm saying? So I'll still be here. You so crazy, bro, baby. Oh nah, y'all good. I'm pretty much actually wrapping up because I've been on 2 hours. So I'm just kicking it right now. I'll probably come back later on Peacock Head. I'll probably come back later on Peacock Head. Actually, I'm probably gonna be back later on Bob. I think later today I'll be on about Bob. It's all about Bob later. Okay? It'll be all about Bob later today. We did Peacock Head this morning. And my commentary is all about the poly bros. Period. Whether I'm nice, kind, or an asshole about it, whatever works. Bob got next, bro. Bob got next, baby. Bob got motherfucking next. Period. Bob is Rob. Bob is Rob. Yeah. I'm on his ass next. I'm going to break down Bob's bad behaviors. Yeah. We going to talk about naughty little Bob later. We going to talk about Bob later. We going to have some questions for Peacock Head about what he think about some of Bob's behavior. Perhaps we'll ask the life coach how would he handle certain situations. Can y'all see? Can y'all see? Cheryl says she don't see nothing. Oh, nah, I don't watch Bob. See, that's the great thing about my commentary. I'm going all off the dome. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Bob, I'm going off the fly. I'm off the fly with Bob. You know what I'm saying? Talk about all the things I must have missed while I was over there supporting Bob. Mm-hmm. Want to talk about some more things my keen eye overlooked when I was all about Bob. Mm-hmm. Gonna talk about Bob tonight. However, you guys, I am going to go into this thing right here, and I'm going to thank all of you. First up, thank you, Ro Baby, for your membership. I am Glenn. Thank you, beautiful. Chris, thank you, sweetheart. Hold on. I am Glenn. Thank you so much for doubling back with a super. Sonya, thank you, sweetheart. G Dub, thank you. Lynn Ross, thank you. Barbara King, thank you, sweetheart. Nell and Lynn Ross again, thank you. 12K got him big mad. Thank you, sweetie. Nell again, thank you, sweetheart. Nell again. Oh, I had two Nails. One did me once and one did me twice. Thank you. NLELE did me twice. Thank you, sweetheart. A different perspective. Thank you, love. Miss Veronica and 12K came and doubled back on me. Thank you. Nell NELE came back a third time. Thank you, sweetie. 12K came back again. Miss Renita jumped in there. Yo, thank you so much to all my beautiful queens. Miss Nisi jumped up in there. Listen, thank y'all so much. I know this thing here is a business and we do have to look at things like that. At the same time that I am blessed by you all, the pleasure is certainly all mine. You being here is a blessing. Your monetary blessings are cherries on top of an already perfectly baked cake. Thank you all for being a brick in the foundation of the Break Room 411. Because without you, I could be up here talking all I want, but it's the supporters that make these channels truly, truly thrive. So thank you for helping to build me up. I won't take it from you, even if we get in an argument tomorrow. I won't take away that you were vital to the rebuild. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a friend. Straight like that. I am your gracious host, Tiff the Gift. You are in the break room for one Wizzy. All the sheep are out, y'all. They so beautiful. They are so beautiful. That one looked pregnant or like she just had that one out there. I wish y'all could see it. You probably can't. Probably can't, but she is huge. Mike has Sam. But they are so huge. However, thank you all so much. I really do appreciate you. Y'all are truly rock stars. And I couldn't do this thing without the team. You heard me? Shout out to y'all. And give yourself a big old hug from the Break Room 411. I really, really, truly appreciate you guys. Thank you to the members. Thank you to the mods. Thank y'all for keeping me up in this algorithm in spite of and even though God has a plan for me. Shout out! And God has a plan for you too. Period.